Hello Bama friends! Alabama has a new target for Oregon football QB. Will Bama bring the guys' QBs to the Crimson team in a big move? Let's get to the news, but first subscribe to the channel to receive more news. With a strategic and aggressive mindset in recruiting, Coach Kalen DeBoer has been proving that his vision for the Crimson team goes beyond the four lines of the field. And, if it depends on his ability to attract promising talent, the next big name to wear the Alabama uniform may be closer than we imagined. The target this time? Bryson Beaver, the rising quarterback of the Oregon Ducks, who has attracted the interest of some of the biggest powers in the country. The scenario began to take shape when Oregon offered Beaver an opportunity last week. At first, it seemed like the Ducks had the edge in this race, especially since they were the first to make the move. But any sense of calm on the part of Eugene fans was short-lived. Within 24 hours of Oregon's offer, Beaver was already being approached by other college football giants. Among them, the Ole Miss Rebels entered the fray with a formal offer during a visit to Oxford, showing that the young three-star QB is seen as a rare gem in the recruiting market. However, it was Alabama that really set off red flags on rivals' radars. During a visit to Tuscaloosa, Beaver announced that he had accepted an offer from the Crimson Tide. Yes, you read that right, Alabama has its eye on one of the most promising quarterbacks in the 2026 class, and Kalen DeBoer is showing that he doesn't mess around when it comes to bringing in talent to further cement the program's legacy. The announcement came directly from Beaver's social media, making it clear that he not only recognizes Alabama's value, but also sees the Crimson team as a unique opportunity to develop his potential. But what makes Bryson Beaver so special? Ranked as the 19th best quarterback in his class by On3, Beaver is a versatile player, capable of combining physical strength with tactical intelligence. His ability to read defenses and make quick decisions is something that has already caught the attention of several coaches across the country. In addition, he has shown impressive agility both inside and outside the pocket, characteristics that can be molded and improved under the tutelage of Kalen DeBoer and his staff. It's no surprise that programs like Utah, California, Hawaii, UNLV and Coastal Carolina have also entered the race. Everyone knows that we're talking about a player who can change the game on the field. What's most striking, however, is how quickly Alabama has moved in this process. While some programs are still evaluating their next moves, DeBoer and his staff were already in Tuscaloosa, welcoming Beaver and introducing him to everything the Crimson Tide has to offer. This recruiting agility is a hallmark of Alabama, and Kalen DeBoer is taking it to the next level. He knows that in the competitive world of college football, hesitation loses and Alabama has no time for hesitation. Of course, there's still a lot of work to be done. Despite the official offer and visit to Tuscaloosa, Beaver is still far from signing his letter of intent. Other programs, including Oregon, will continue to push to secure his signature. Furthermore, reports indicate that even the Ohio State Buckeyes have expressed interest in the player, with a coach visiting Beaver last year. That means the battle for the young QB promises to be fierce in the coming months, especially with the summer recruiting period picking up pace. But here's the thing about Alabama. While other teams are just starting to realize Beaver's potential, the Crimson Tide is already ahead of the curve, showing that they're willing to do whatever it takes to bring him to Alabama. The program's structure, history of success and ability to develop individual talent are powerful arguments that Beaver and his family won't be able to ignore. When it comes to deciding where to play, these factors weigh as much as local passion or proximity to home. For Alabama fans, this news comes as a shot in the arm. No matter how strong the current roster is, the real key to maintaining dominance in college football is to continually refresh the team with young talent. Can Bama land a new QB? And is there any news about a 5-star player for Bama? Let's see. And this time, the one who left impressed was none other than Brandon Arrington, one of the most coveted prospects in the 2026 class. After spending a few days in the heart of the state of Alabama, Arrington described his experience as great and promised big news soon. For Crimson Tide fans, this phrase carries with it an emotional charge that only increases expectations for the future of the program. Brandon Arrington is not just another name on the recruiting list. He is a five-star athlete, considered one of the best defenders of his generation and a rare gem on the market. He combines size, strength, and absurd speed, characteristics that make him a nightmare for any offense. His personal best of 10.21 seconds in the 100-meter dash would already be enough to catch the attention of any coach, but it is what he does with this explosion within the four lines of the football field that really impresses. He is said to have run a 4.32-second 40-meter dash, a mark that puts him among the fastest in the country. When you combine that with his tactical reading ability and ability to dominate opponents one-on-one, it's easy to see why so many programs are keeping an eye on him. Arrington comes from Mount Miguel High School in California and has already seen some of the biggest stages in college football. He has visited giants such as Oregon, Penn State, Texas A&M, Washington, and USC, in addition to, of course, Alabama itself. However, something in Tuscaloosa seems to have struck a special chord in the young athlete. Unlike many prospects who leave their visits without any major statements or promises, Arrington got straight to the point, "Big news coming soon." This simple but meaningful phrase echoed on social media and quickly reached the ears of Crimson Tide fans, who are now anxiously awaiting a possible announcement in Alabama's favor. What makes this situation even more interesting is the context in which it occurs. Alabama has always been known for its ability to attract the best talent in the country, but Kalen DeBoer's work in rebuilding the program has been remarkable. He knows that in order to continue competing at the top, the team needs not only good players, but true stars who can change the course of a game. And Arrington fits that description perfectly. His speed, combined with the versatility to play in different defensive schemes, makes him a valuable asset to any system. Imagining him in the crimson uniform and lining up alongside other Alabama talent is the kind of vision that makes any fan dream big. But what really sets Alabama apart in this race? Aside from the program's history of success and prestige, there's something intangible in the air of Tuscaloosa that seems to draw prospects in. Maybe it's the passion of the fans, maybe it's the unique atmosphere at Bryant-Denny Stadium, or maybe it's the feeling of being in a place where champions are shaped day in and day out. Whatever the reason, Arrington seemed to feel that energy during his visit. Not only did he participate in team-organized activities, but he also had the chance to chat with coaches, players, and even other recruits who were on campus. These types of interactions may seem trivial to some, but for a young athlete trying to decide his future, these moments can be decisive. Of course, there is still a long way to go. Despite the positive visit and the promise of big news, Arrington is still evaluating his options. Programs like Oregon, Penn State, and USC are still in the running, and they all have solid arguments to make. After all, we are talking about one of the most competitive regions in college football, where every pick is accompanied by high expectations. And if Arrington does decide to go with Alabama, he will be a great recruit who will be welcome to Bama's team. Comment below.